What's up, Freedom Posse? Matt Finley here. I am not with my wife tonight. She's at work, so she had to go to downtown Denver to figure some things out. So it'll be just April and I hanging out tonight. We're going to be sharing some social media stuff. So I think we open it up to a lot more people too. So definitely, if you got questions, send them in the chat. We'll turn that on right away too, because I think we're just going to be chatting back and forth. And we also, let's say hi in the chat and stuff, and I'll turn it over to April Marie. What's up, April?
Turning it over to me. Not much. It was an exciting weekend. It was just a crazy weekend. Now I'm like, hello, Monday. Okay, it's here. And, we were going to do the social media training. And, honestly, I don't normally open it up, but I decided to open it up. Occasionally I do this where I just open it up to everyone. So usually these are our team, our Freedom Posse coaching sessions where we really just dive deep into people's businesses, show them really like a lot of our trade secrets, marketing secrets, and people are, that are on our MLSP mastery team are able to come and join in and get the inside, look at like a six-figure earner's business and what they do in their social media, what they do with their marketing and all that good stuff. But today I decided to just kind of open it up to everyone, more or less, open it up to my list, and obviously people that maybe aren't even active anymore in MLSP but are still in our Facebook group. And so occasionally I'll do that. I just think it's fun, and I've definitely got some really great tips for you guys today. So if you're getting started with social media especially, or if you're just struggling to really get your voice out there and get heard on social media, we've got you. I got your back today. We're going to help you get out there and start getting some exposure for your business and start really getting your voice out there. It takes time. It's not overnight success or anything like that, and I never promise that. And obviously it's going to take work. work. It's going to take work, and you're going to have to hustle your ass off. No, that's kind of a joke, an inside joke. But seriously, it can be done. I completely have built my business using free social media. Occasionally I run a few ads. Right now I'm running one because I got a new account set up. It's kind of like YouTube decided to give me my account back. I just noticed that today. And my account was on like restricted notice or something for like the last 2 years, it seems like. And today they gave it back, and now I've just gotten back my Facebook ad account. So I've started running a few ads, but normally, for the most part, I do everything free. And I like to do things free because I feel like I can control it. I'm a control freak, so I want to feel like I have control, a lot of control. So for me, being able to do some of the things that I do in my business every day, it really, like, I don't do a lot of outsourcing. I don't, I'm actually going to be interning my daughter over the summer. She turns 10 this week, and I'm going to be showing her, but I'll be able to watch. It's like I got to sit there. She's going to sit behind me at the other side. I got a U desk, and she's going to do it. And I'll be right here making sure and checking that she's doing it right, because I am just kind of like that. So really excited that everybody's here. I just want to do a quick welcome. Very excited that you guys are here. Awesome. Christopher Kemp, good to see you. Monica, what's going on? Steven, hey boy, how are ya? Matt and April. Finley, of course, Matt is the only one on here. I'm just going on the list and reading. Karen Anderson, Cliff Evans, Bianca, what's going on? I'm just going through the chat here. Lynn Clarkson, Tammy, it's good to see you. Hey, Junie, I did get your email. It's good to see that you're on. So I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit about my weekend. I had a really crazy weekend. I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook, but there was an alligator in my backyard. I live in Florida, and this alligator was stalking my dogs. And we have a pond in the backyard, and it was like a 8-foot alligator. And it was pretty scary, because it was really hanging out back there. It wasn't out of the water, but it was really hanging out back there. And I got dogs that go back there, and, I was very worried for their safety. So I called the alligator nuisance hotline, which is a state-ran program, and they came out and they sent their guy out. And luckily, because the guy was about to leave because he didn't see the alligator, luckily a little girl came and ran and was like, oh, I found the alligator. And we have 3 ponds in this subdivision here. So there's a pond across the street too, and he was hanging out over there. So he went over there and got him. And I have the video if you haven't seen it already on Facebook, but it was crazy. It was just crazy. So it was a pretty eventful weekend with that happening. And then we went to Universal yesterday. So we spent all day at Universal. So I don't know, weekend. I love weekends, but that was definitely eventful. Call the Gator Boys. Yeah. We called the Gator guys, and the guy came out, and the only thing is I don't like that they kill him. And that kind of made me a little sad, because it's not the alligator's fault, that he's back there. But it's apparently, I think somebody was feeding him, because he was looking like he was coming out with people out, and usually alligators don't do that. So he definitely somebody was feeding him or doing something, because he shouldn't have been. Usually if you have an alligator, the guy said you shouldn't know that you have an alligator. Like, they're stealth. And, I think they were definitely checking out my dogs, and I got 2 pretty big dogs, but I didn't think that an alligator would really mess with a bigger dog, but apparently they'll eat any dog. So I'm like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay. I'd rather it go, the poor alligator, I feel really bad for it, but I would feel really bad if my dog got eaten by an alligator. So definitely, it was an eventful weekend. So let's see. I see somebody already asking. I've added between my 2 Instagram over 600 new followers. Can't convert them in, so that's my biggest hurdle. Okay, well, I'm going to turn on Q&A. You can definitely ask questions. Please ask your questions there. If you want to comment, that's fine. Definitely leave your comments in there if you guys want to chat or whatever. But any questions? Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to see all the questions. I don't want to miss anybody's questions, so they're going to be turned on. And we're going to go over some pretty basic stuff at first, and then we can dive into Q&A. And you guys can ask me questions if you have questions about Instagram or whatever. So we usually go for a little over an hour. We won't be like a 3-hour marathon or anything like that. Sometimes I do that when I'm doing some types of training. I really go into it. When we're doing Facebook training or something like that, it might take a little longer, but tonight shouldn't be too long. So let's see here. I'm just going to kind of rattle some things off of my head. First of all, with social media, a lot of the times I see so many people, they join a business. And I see this especially like on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the 3 big ones, right? Where they join their business and they come out of the gate and they're throwing their products all over social media. And I'm sure Matt knows exactly what I'm talking about. Sharing products, putting their, spam, maybe even pictures of checks. Things like that. I can think of a ton of different things, that people put on social media that probably should not be on social media. So definitely brand you. Let me just say this. Social media is it's social. So if you're not going to walk up to somebody at a party and be like, hey, check out this product, you want to buy it? Don't do it, okay? Because you're not going to do it at a party. So why would you do it on social media? I mean, or how about this? How about you walk up to some stranger at a party and you're like, here's my before and after picture of how awesome our weight loss product is. Check it out. You're not going to do that. I mean, it would just be really embarrassing for both of you if you did that. So don't do it on social media. And, that leads me back to branding yourself, because, a lot of times people are leading with their products so much that they create accounts around their company, their MLM company, and their products. They might call themselves, whatever company they're in, success with, or whatever, with their name. They'll literally name their company name and then name themselves in the same like username. And it's kind of funny because, people, honestly, they don't join companies, they join people. So this is the way I look at it. And, I live with a 25-year network marketing veteran. He's my fiance, and he does the same thing. He says the exact same thing. He's an expert in the industry. He says the reason why people or network marketing companies decide to go network marketing, because at first they're companies. They got a great product. They want to get it out to the masses really fast. Well, the way that they do that is through network marketing. Why? Because it's word of mouth, and word of mouth works really great. But here's the thing. Network marketing companies already have their brand. They already have their products branded and they spent millions of dollars doing this, okay? But they need a person, because word of mouth is a person, a people, person to person, people to people business, to get it out to the masses. So if you're branding your company to yourself, if you're branding yourself and your social media to your company, you're defeating the whole purpose of reason why they want it to be a person-to-person business, word-of-mouth business. You're defeating it completely by doing that. So remember, people join people. They do not join companies. People buy products from people. You want people to see you as a person. You know, you want people to relate to you. And the fastest way to do that is to brand yourself. So I think that's a big one. Wouldn't you agree, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I was having a conversation on Instagram earlier today, and it's gone back and forth a few times, but this girl is really persistent trying to recruit me. And it's kind of funny to watch her go, because she keeps digging and digging and digging this big hole, you know, and she hasn't asked one thing about me. She just immediately hit me with a product, immediately hit me with their links, and it's just over and over and over again. And I keep asking, you know, a little bit probing questions on my end to see, you know, what she's up to or whatever. But then I look at her Instagram feed, and, you know, a few months ago she was in another company, and a few months before that she was in another company, and she's got almost 1,000 posts, you know, very little value. But you know, that's what she's doing. She's just hitting people over the head with her link and her stuff. And the same thing on her Twitter and her Facebook, I'm sure. So it's pretty funny to watch people dig a hole.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that though is people, they'll lead oftentimes with, like, they'll have dollar signs in their eyes, and what will happen is people will know, they'll sense it, you know, because remember, people buy from people they like, know, and trust. So if you are trying to shove a product down Matt's throat, for example, what's going to happen is you're going to push Matt away. He's going to be like, what? Stop throwing that in my, you know, stop throwing up on me. Stop pushing that, trying to shove your stupid product down my throat. You know, nobody wants to be forced. So I think the more you can pull, like, and not force, and be less forceful and lead with value instead of products and things that people already get enough of that garbage, right? And you focus more on the person that you're talking to and finding out what their wants, needs, and desires are. Like if I were to, and I have recruited Matt, okay, but if I were to go recruit him, I'm gonna find out what's his wants, what's his needs, what's his desire, you know. And then of course, once I find those things out, now I can be like, okay, you know, I can find a way, an angle for me to position whatever it is that business I'm in to him. You know what I mean? So that I can kind of position it in a way that it's gonna, I know what he likes. I know that, you know, maybe he's, you know, would like to, you know, fire his boss or whatever, right? And I'm not saying for you guys, but let's say that's it. And then I would say, well, you know, I got the perfect thing for you. If you want to fire your boss, I've got something definitely that will help you do that, you know, and then you can obviously find an in or some way to throw it out there. And I'm a very nonchalant person anyway. So for me, like the whole spamming Facebook, the whole, you know, pitching everybody, you know, trying to shove links down people's throats and trying to get them to look at everything, that to me was a big turnoff anyways. Another thing that you pointed out too, Matt, that I thought was really funny, you said that she was in another company 3 months before that. Yeah. Well, it would make sense for her to brand herself so that if she does decide to go to another company, she doesn't have to worry about, you know, changing everything up, because now she's got to probably change her username. She's got to change up her profile. She's got to, I mean, why do that? Brand yourself. It's just so many reasons why you should do that. It's not even funny. I've seen companies come and go over the years, and it's sad. But the thing is one thing that I've always done is I've always branded myself. And I've even joined companies that have gone under, you know, and because I branded myself, like it was a blip. Nobody really knew about it except for the people that joined. And then obviously, you know, it's not like I can control it. And nobody really, I wasn't attached to that company. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I'm not attached to it. So don't tattoo any company name on your back, and brand yourself. That's the most important thing, I think.
Right.
And then, of course, you know, what do you share on social media instead of, you know, all the spam crap that's out there, you know, all the pictures of your products and things like that? What do you share? What do you share? I mean, what do you share, Matt? What are the types of things that you share?
Well, you know, I really like to share things that other people would like to share and like to see, because I want, you know, I want to be able to open up my account and, you know, and look at things when I want to hop on Facebook or Twitter. You know, I want to look at interesting things, you know. I don't want to look at a bunch of ads. I actually really hate ads in general. They bug me, like especially signing on to, you know, another website like Yahoo or something to check my email. It's like ad, 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 ad. And if you make it look even more that way, because, you know, Facebook already allows people to post ads. So if they're seeing an ad and then they're seeing an ad and then they see your stuff that looks like an ad, it's just going to get lost in the mix anyway. So you want to get people's attention and put things that they like on there, and then use, you know, use chats and messages and different things like that to reach out to them and get to know them a little bit. You know, your posts aren't to really, they aren't to recruit, they're to engage. Your
Yes,
recruiting
that's it.
tools are going to be your email and, you know, text messaging, phone.
Yep. That's how you're going to do it. Oh, man.
Yep.
That's how you do it. So share value. That's what you got to share value.
Exactly.
I mean, I do different types of value every day. Today I shared some blog posts. I shared motivational quotes, things like that. I share a lot of images. Images really tend to do really good on social media, and I follow a lot of bigger accounts too, and I'm seeing what they're posting, and a lot of what they're posting too is images. So images definitely work, especially on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the big, you know, I would say the three main ones anyways. And obviously, you know, streaming video, you know, you could rattle, I mean, getting on live and being able to really quick get on live with your followers and just kind of rattle off some, maybe a tip or just even one tip, and just getting on and just sharing some type of value, giving some inside look of what you do in your business on a day-to-day thing. You know, maybe even just getting on and doing your blog post. If you already created the blog post, sometimes what I'll do is I've already got the blog post done. Well, why not get on a live stream like Periscope or Facebook and recite the blog post? Just redo the blog post, entire thing right on your Facebook Live, and people do appreciate that. They really do. They're like, they like, remember, it's human. It's the human interaction. It's the human component. You cannot remove it. There is no push button method, and you have to have that human component. You lose that, then you're not going to, people aren't going to want to follow you. They're not going to want to check out your links anywhere. You know, they're not going to want to do that. You're going to build up a wall of resistance, and that wall of resistance is going to be, I'm telling you, there isn't going to be anything that's going to go through it. So you're wondering why you're not getting followers. You're wondering why you're not, you know, getting people to buy your product on social media. Well, a lot of the times it's because you built this wall of resistance up because you're giving them exactly what they don't want. They don't want another product. They don't want another opportunity. They don't want to be force-fed a business opportunity. And a lot of the times, especially if you are not targeting, which is my next tip, you need to establish your target audience, find out what that is, and then you need to target people. You need to target people that are already going to be interested in what you have to offer. Instead of force feeding people that have no clue, have no idea, or don't even want anything to do with a business opportunity, you know, losing weight, products, whatever it is that you're selling, you need to find out who would be interested and target that audience. That way, when you are, you know, sharing valuable information and sharing things about, you know, even occasionally sharing products and what it is that you do in your business and your business opportunity, they're not being force-fed. They actually want it. They're actually like, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, so many times you know, when I talk to people, they're thanking me up and down. I'm just thanking me, because I'm giving them already what they want.
Yep.
They're my target audience. They're people that I know would be interested in what I have to offer. which
Right.
is leadership, leads, financial opportunity,
Right.
everything that goes along with that, freedom. People love, think about it. Most people do want more time and more freedom. So, but the thing is you having to explain everything and they have no idea what it is. If they have no idea what it is or anything like that, when you're sharing all this stuff about your products and your business opportunity, and Tina made this much money this week, they're like, huh? Like they don't get it. They don't get it. So, but when you are actually targeting the right audience, the right people, and getting your message out to the right people, they get it. They're like, oh yeah, that's something I probably should do, So definitely you got to establish that target audience. I personally, I target home business owners. So a lot of you, I bet every single one of you that are on watching right now are home business owners, because I've created a huge audience of people that are home business entrepreneurs. Why? Because I'm not only am I a network marketer, but I'm also a coach. I teach people how to generate leads. I teach people online marketing. I teach people how to brand themselves so that they can attract their ideal audience, so that people can come to them. I use a system, and I use that as my platform. So I use a system called My Lead System Pro, and that system today has generated me over $200,000 in income, and I've generated over 18,000 leads because of using the tools that they provide in the training. So, it definitely works, and that's what I do. I mentor people and I teach people in this home business space. So for me, that is my ideal audience. You might be like, well, why would you target, home business entrepreneurs if they're already in a home business? Well, here's the thing, guys. Some of them are looking for a business. They haven't even joined one, but they're thinking about it, okay? But a lot of them are in a home business, but they're lacking two things, and I provide a solution to both of them. The first one is leadership, okay? So a lot of people, they'll join an MLM company and they get zero help from their upline. They get zero help from anybody, and they're kind of on their own island. And they're like not sure what to do next. And that happens to a lot of people, okay? So when I work with people, a lot of the times what they see is they see leadership, and they're like, I want to work with April because she possesses what I want. I need leadership. I need somebody to mentor me. I need somebody to help me, So people need that, right? So that's one reason why I attract people into my business opportunity. Now, the other thing is leads, okay? So there's two things, leads and leadership. Those are the main things, okay? And every home business entrepreneur needs leads. I don't care what business you're in. Everybody needs more people to talk to about their business. If you don't have anybody to talk to about your business is basically dead in the water. You are not able to generate income because guess what? There's nobody there to buy. There's nobody there that wants what you have. So definitely you have to, I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at the chat. I'm gonna have to disable that. My ADD. So definitely you have to, make sure that you're actually speaking to the right audience here, guys. It's very, very, very important, especially when, like for myself, because leads are the other number one thing, right? So I attract people to my coaching business, which I have a thriving coaching business where I teach entrepreneurs. I speak up on stages. I teach in the largest community of home business entrepreneurs, which is My Lead System Pro. I teach them as well. And because I teach how to get leads, of course, I'm also teaching that as well. And then I have a platform, which is MLSP, that I make an additional income stream from. So even if they don't join my business opportunity, which by the way, a lot of times I don't talk about my business opportunity at all. I talk about, how to get leads, how to use social media. I talk about that. Usually nobody knows what business I'm in because I don't talk about it. It's not something I say, I'm in this business opportunity. Join. Oh, this product, and all that stuff. I just don't do that. So, but when they come to me and they want leads, then I have an opportunity to still serve them because I have a system called My Lead System Pro. So now I'm still making income, okay, whether or not they join my business or not. Win-win for everybody because they still get the help that they need because they're not getting leads and they are not getting help from their upline, right? And they get to join my coaching and all of that stuff. And then if they want to later on, they can join my business. Some of them come around and they're like, hey, April, I really want to work with you. And, you know, I've been watching what you're doing and I'd like to work with you. I've had people come around years later even. So or not, you know, they don't always join, but sometimes they do. And so it's really nice to have another plan, right, in place, that you kind of have something that people already want. They need tools, they need training, they need these things. And then also having, you know, your business opportunity. So, you know, if they want to join that, you know, your MLSP, your tools and your training, they can also join your business opportunity too. So sometimes people join everything that I'm in. So, you know, it can work out pretty nicely when you work at it. So let's see here. Let's see what my next one is. Let's see here. Another thing is too, and I just want to bring this up, that a lot of the times people are focusing on, they think they're getting too frustrated too easily. They're getting overwhelmed with all the social media. So say we're just talking about social media. I'm not talking about any specific platform. Of course, I have platforms that I'm more active on, and so does Matt. And I think we're pretty much on the same platforms, me and Matt. But mostly, you know, I'm on every platform. I'm there. I'm visible. I use tools to be able to reach to those platforms so that way I'm still there. I'm very active. But at the same time, I'm not really there, if you know what I mean. I'm more focused on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I would say those are my top three. And I wouldn't say go any further than three. More than three is going to drive you nuts, right? Trust me, I know. So definitely you want to focus on 1 to 3. I would say as a brand new person, just focus on one social media platform, really building that up. You have to build your audience up somewhere. And so like my audience on Instagram, once in a while, I'll say, you know, hey, are you following me over on Facebook, and get some of my, because I have a really big audience over on Instagram. I have like, I don't know, 46,000 followers almost now. So of course, when I say, you know, I got a new video up on my Facebook, check it out or something like that, and then they come over, then they can follow me there too. So sometimes I cross promote the social media platforms that I'm most active on as well. Same thing with like Pinterest. You know, I put little pictures up so that people could follow me on other social media platforms. So when they click on it, they follow me over on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So you can do that kind of stuff as well. But definitely, seriously, like especially just getting started out, you should probably just focus on one, build that one up a little bit, get the hang of it. You know, practice makes perfect. Get it to the point where you're kind of like, this is going pretty good. You know, I'm starting to get some leads. And then you can add another one that maybe you want to focus on as well. And I wouldn't say I really focus on Twitter. I do a lot of automation over there, so I don't really do too much over there. But so for the most part, my number 1 and my number 2 are Facebook and Instagram. And I think any more than that, obviously, is going to be, you know, you're going to your head's going to spin off, and you're going to be like, you know, you're going to lose your mind, right? What do you think, Matt? I know Matt's very active on Twitter.
Yeah, but no, I'm not really as active on other stuff like Facebook. Facebook drives me crazy. It's confusing. I feel like they have it purposefully set up so we have to spend our money on their ads, and you know, just their algorithms and stuff are all funky. So you know, being in more than one place at one time is easier with tools, but it's still kind of tough, you know, because really when it comes down to it, it's about having the real conversations with people that you're following, or they're following you, or whatever, and your connections. If you're having real conversations, then you could do that. You know, that's the most important thing anyway. So, but all of them, you know, all Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, those are the 3 big ones for me, really. And it just, you know, when you post a lot of content on a lot of value, like you were talking about, you're gonna have a lot of people reaching out to you, whether they're trying to pitch you, or they're just thanking you for liking their stuff or following them or whatever. You know, those are great opportunities to reach back out and continue the conversation. So
yeah, definitely. And so that's the next one I wanted to talk about is to actually reach out to people. You know, you don't go to a party and not mingle. So Don't go on social media and don't mingle. You got to go reach out and meet some people. And for a lot of people, they don't do that. That's the human component, remember? And so it's really important. And I've been times in my social media, past 6 years that I've been online where I didn't either, where it's just like, oh, wait a minute. But once you start really reaching out to people and you come, you're engaging with people, you're engaging with other accounts, you're, on Instagram and you're commenting on other people's posts. Those are things that are really going to get a lot more followers for you, a lot more engagement, because remember, it's the law of attraction. If you want something, if you want more engagement, then you better go out and engage with other accounts. If you want more engagement on your account, if you want more people in your business, obviously you're going to have to go meet some people, right? Especially for a lot of people, what I find it's interesting is they're complaining they're not getting leads, but they're not doing the simple things like going out and networking and meeting on social media. One of the reasons why I chose social media to be like my thing was because I had very young kids when I started my business. I mean, my daughter was like in preschool, like younger than preschool. And I wasn't going to go mauling it. I wasn't going to go dragging them around, meeting strangers and sharing products and doing all that stuff. I was a busy mom. I worked a full-time job. I worked a 10-hour graveyard shift, and there wasn't any way that I was going to be running around with my kids. And I couldn't afford a babysitter at the time because I was already paying $400 a week for my nanny. So it was really, I really had to figure something else out. And so I did go to the internet, and at first I struggled a lot because I didn't know what I was doing. I spent a lot of money that was unnecessary. I wasted a lot of money, probably thousands of dollars on things that did not work. And then of course, once I found my Lead System Pro, which is the system I use today, even that's when things started to really, really click. I started to learn the right ways to use social media rather than the wrong ways. And so once I started doing that, learning social media, that's when things really started to go right. But here's the thing, I reached out to 10 or more people every single day. And I made real connections, like actually going and meeting new people. Some of them partnered with me, a lot of them didn't, but a lot of them are still friends of mine today. It's interesting because I went out and I made these new connections with people. I made these new relationships. And so the way you get your name out there, you get your face out there, is you have to be a constant contributor. You have to be out there constantly engaging and interacting with people. I was on a webinar with Diane Hockman last week, and I just loved what she said. Your business should be your lifestyle. It really should, because I'm on my phone and I just do this, right? I'm on my phone and I'm, chatting with people. I'm all throughout the day, I'm promoting things that maybe I'm posting on my Facebook. I'm doing my Instagram stuff that I do on my phone and all of that stuff. And so, you have a mobile device. There's no reason why you can't be reaching out to 10 or more people every day and talking to them. And just learning about them. You'll learn a lot. I promise you that. You will learn so much if you just reached out to 10 or more people every day, and you'll form really strong relationships. And remember, people join people. They don't join companies. So you have to go and you have to form these relationships. And there's another saying in the industry, the money's in the relationships, and it really is. Have you ever heard people say it's not it's not what you know, it's who you know? It's true. It's very true in life in general, and especially in your business. It's those relationships that you're creating with people, those friendships that last a lifetime. So go out there, meet new people, make new friends. I always thought I was kind of cute when I was starting out, but I always say I go to work to make new friends. And that was true. I go to work to make new friends. I go to work and on my business, and that's my job, to make new friends and help people. That's how I looked at it, and that's the mindset that I had. Once I started online, I had this mindset. And in fact, I was not interested in this business, in this industry, in network marketing or MLM, because I had this mindset that MLM and network marketing was a sales business. I thought I was just going to have to go sell all these products because I had done Avon and I didn't understand it. I was young, I was ignorant, I didn't understand. And then once I found out that this was a mentoring business and that really I'm helping people. That's what I do for a living. I help people change their lives. I was all over it. Once that clicked in my head, see, a lot of people, they have this sales, they think this is about sales. Yes, we do make sales, okay? But that's not the number one thing we do. The number one thing we do is help other people, you know, mentor other people. This is a teaching and mentoring business. So once you can get that through your head and you start really putting that out there, you know, and you'll start attracting people to you because that's the way you're leading instead of trying to sell. Because salespeople, honestly, you know, they'll think that, you know, they're going to do great because they do great in their car sales, right? They're a car salesman and they're going to come into this industry and they're going to rock it because they rock it in the car sales business. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Car sales, network marketing, totally different. Totally different. In fact, I've seen a lot of salespeople come in to even my business and not do anything, not get a sign up, not have anything happen in their business because they're still very wired into the salesman mentality instead of this is a teaching, helping, you know, mentoring business. Instead, they are wanting to just sell. And so, you know, you have to, especially on social media, that approach will not work. You have to lead with value. You have to give in order to receive. And so a lot of the things that I share through social media, I'm giving my knowledge for free. And that was something too that was beyond me. I was like, whoa, what am I doing? Why am I sharing all this stuff for free when I started? And to my amazement, it did work. People were knocking down my door, basically wanting to join my business. And, you know, even back then, I mostly was just signing people up into my network marketing business. I didn't really do the coaching part. I was just signing them up into my network marketing company, and it was working like crazy. You know, it was working like crazy. And then occasionally people would join, you know, My Lead System Pro too. And that was still, you know, win-win for everybody because they needed tools and they needed training. So, you know, social media success really is not, it's not an overnight thing, like I said before, and it's going to take consistent effort. That's the biggest thing. You know, I've been very, very consistent over the last 6 years in my business on social media. And that's why I am where I am today. You know, there's not a day that goes by that I don't work my business and move it a little more further to my goals. You know, every single day I'm working and working and working. It's not like I work like crazy. Some days I don't work at all. You know, really, I just manage a few things from my phone. Remember, that's part of my lifestyle too. So, you know, you have to have that consistent effort. You can't just, you know, go onto social media and then, you know, decide that, you know, it was funny. We did our training last week, our coaching mastermind, and I brought up something that, you know, I thought was kind of interesting because I figured it out finally. I was, you know, a lot of big people in other niches on Instagram, they have big accounts, right? So maybe they're just focused only on business people, right? People that own a business. It doesn't matter if it's a home business. It doesn't matter what it is. Or maybe they're focused more on people that need to lose weight and they're doing weight loss videos and they're doing exercise videos and stuff like that. Well, they get a lot more engagement and they have a lot more interaction, a lot more likes on those accounts. But here's the reason why I finally figured out why, like, because I've looked at a lot of people that are in the home business space. I look at their Instagram accounts and their accounts are very similar to the interaction and the engagement I'm getting. And the reason why is because when you have a big account, you have to remember in this industry, there is a lot of turnover. Okay. So people come into this space and within 90 days, oftentimes quit. So what happens when they set up that account that is for their business, right? And they call themselves, you know, It Works with Nancy or something like that, right? And I'm not making fun of any company or anything like that, but that's what people will do. And then they're not in that business within 90 days. That account becomes dead, right? It's a dud. It's no longer even existent. So, you know, that's honestly what ends up happening. This is a long-term deal. And that's why you should brand yourself. That's why you should be the person that everybody sees, not the product, the MLM company. Because if by chance you do end up moving on to something else, I've mentored people that started in MLM, but now are no longer even in MLM, and they might be, started their own social media company or something, right? Or they're, doing some other type of business even. So you definitely don't want to do it that way. And that's one of the biggest reasons why. So, I think consistency is the number one killer for people. They aren't consistent enough, and they're not going to see the fruits of their labor unless they're actually consistent every single day on, their social media, interacting and doing all that stuff. And that's why you can't look at it as it's work. I don't look at it like it's work. I look at it as part of my lifestyle. Like, that's what I do. I love meeting new people. I love helping people. So for me, it's actually fulfilling. It's kind of like my, I've always looked at myself. I haven't really looked at myself, even when I was younger, I always looked at myself as somebody who just really, wants to help people, and I always wanted to be of service in some way. In fact, when I was really young, I wanted to be a veterinarian, so I wanted to help animals, so for me, like, when I found this industry, it was like finding exactly what I wanted to do, because I could help people, teach them, mentor them. I never really saw myself as a teacher, especially not really ever finishing even high school, but eventually I fell into that role because that was the way that I could really reach the masses and I could help people the best. So, and if I hadn't been consistent all these years that I've been, I wouldn't be where I am today, and there was times where I wasn't as consistent as I would like. And trust me, it just meant that it took me longer. That's all it meant. So if you're not being consistent now, you need to start today. You need to start being consistent. And one of the fastest ways for you to become consistent, I feel, is it having a system in place, which is my Lead System Pro. So I'm not going to give anybody links, but I am going to say, if you were invited here by anybody other than me, make sure you get back to them. Go check your email from me. There's a link in that email if you want to check it out. There is a 10-day trial. It's a system basically that you're able to use so that you can get leads and also learn. So you have a training platform as well. So you want to learn how to brand yourself. You want to learn social media. This is where I learned. That's how I learned. And then, of course, using the tools, we have blog platform, which is another thing too. I should have brought up, but everybody should have a blog. And a blog is very, very important, especially with delivering a value. You don't always want to just be sharing things on social media, like just posting onto social media. You need to post things on a blog so that way you can use that as kind of like your portal to distribute and putting that out into the world. And blogging, there is no better way to do it than blogging. I mean, you can have a YouTube channel. That's a great way to do it too. But still, I think blogging beats having a YouTube channel, because blogging, with a blog, if you have your own self-hosted blog, you control that blog. I just had my YouTube channel like on restriction for the last 2 years. Believe me, you don't have control over any other platform but your own. So having a blog is very, very critical to your success, which MLSP does provide that as well, so that you can start blogging. If you're in the health and fitness niche, let's say you want to talk about, some of the healthy recipes and maybe healthy eating, clean eating. You want to talk about, exercise programs or regimens that you do, put it up on a blog. I'm telling you, people will, that's the number one way to brand yourself. I always start my clients with a blog. We set up their blog, then we branch out. We can do their Facebook, we can do their Instagram. But once we have that blog, we have that central hub. Now we have something to go by, and then we make everything very congruent. So their Twitter's congruent, their Instagram's congruent, their YouTube's congruent, Facebook's congruent. Everything's congruent and branded the same. So that way, when people come and check them out, they know what they're there for. They're like, oh, I see, this person helps with, getting leads and coaching and all this stuff. Or this person's a fitness coach or whatever. They know exactly what the blog's about. They should know that, and what your brand's about. And also too, now you're setting yourself apart from 98% of the marketers that have no clue about what they're doing, and you're positioning yourself so that people will be attracted to you, so that people will want to join you in your business, right? So 98% of people aren't willing to put that much work into it and willing to actually do it. And I hate to say it like that, but it is true. They're not willing to do most of that stuff. But if you're willing to, and you really want to take your business, you really want to step it up to the next level, which there's a percentage of people that do, then you will set up a blog, you will stay consistent, and you will follow through. And for how long? Till it takes, for as long as it takes. And that was always my mentality. I don't know when I'm gonna, I would always wonder, how long is this gonna take? Trust me, that thought would cross my mind when I was starting out. But I knew that it didn't matter how long it took, because it was gonna happen regardless, and however long it took, it didn't matter. I was just gonna keep going till the job was done. And the job is never done, because this is what I do. This is what I love to do. In fact, I'm training my daughter this summer to do it too. She likes watching me. She was helping me put together samples today, and she's just, she's going to grow up. She's going to be probably doing a business of some sort anyways. So this is good for her. So let's see here. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Because I saw some people were asking. Yes, exactly. Definitely. And you should do a blog post about your business opportunity. I always say, name like 5 reasons why you joined whatever X, Y, and Z company. That's a really great way to, if you want to get your business out there in a very nonchalant way, you could say 5 reasons why, and then jot down 5, legitimate reasons why you joined X, Y, and Z company, and then do a video on it and paste it up on your blog, write a couple paragraphs, and put it out in the world. Everybody should have that one post. If you don't have that post, it's a problem. Okay, you should be, if you're in a network marketing company right now, you should go create a post, 5 reasons why you joined X, Y, and Z company. Okay, 5 reasons why, or 5 reasons why you're so excited about X, Y, and Z company. And then go write a couple paragraphs and put a video up and name the reasons why you're so excited about X, Y, and Z company. And then of course, and then you could say, if this all sounded good and you'd like to learn more, you could check out your link, and now you can lead them to the link that you want to lead them to. But I would encourage you to make sure that it's a video. There's a video on a page or something that they can, with a presentation, and also a capture page that you can create. You can get leads, so you can call people. If you don't have that, it's a real problem, because you're losing your traffic. I see people there. It's so funny, because I'll find people on Facebook, they're spending money on ads, but they have no way to gather leads. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why, another reason why you should check out My Lead System Pro, because of that. How can you automate an Instagram welcome message? You can't. Sorry. Amy, good question though. You can't automate an Instagram welcome message.
I actually got an automated Instagram message today from somebody. I'm not going to say if they're an MLSP, and I wanted to ask them about it. I can give you the name of the thing that they used real quick, because it was an automated message, and I clicked on, or I did a Google search on it, and it showed up.
Let's talk about that in another training though, because I don't want people using it wrong. I don't usually like to share things like that, automated stuff, unless I do training on it, because otherwise people, maybe we can check it out, Matt, this week and test it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's definitely something we'll look into for the team then.
Yeah, like I just actually had another one of my, I had another Instagram account that I just started. It was a brand new one, and they just shut it down. And so Instagram especially, you want to be very, 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 very careful. Like I wouldn't even try to do that on my main account, because I don't want to lose it, So I have to probably start out something a little separate for that.
Yeah, I know I've had mine shut down, not like completely shut down, but I've had a lot of features taken away just from trying to use tools and getting my settings right and everything. They've taken stuff away from me. They've taken my ability to like photos away, or commenting. They've taken that away from me. And so
I can't right now comment for like 20 more hours.
Yeah.
They're going on a spree. I've always noticed this. They go on a spree where they just start pestering us marketers.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely want to be careful on Instagram. That's one of the worst ones that you can get shut down. And they don't even ask. They just like shut you down. They don't bye. So I don't like to do that unless I do training, especially. Let's see here. So anybody else have any more questions? That's it. That's it for everybody. They don't have questions. I will say too, and I was just thinking about this, but I should have added too, like having a free offer, you know, having the best way to get leads on social media is to have some type of free offer, some type of freemium, whatever you want to call it, or freebie where you give away like some type of training or, you know, like a PDF or something with maybe a free report or something where people can, like where you can lead people to something, but first you give them value and, you know, you give them, you know, something that they already want, right? Like for example, on Instagram, I give away a free Instagram training. And on the Instagram training, I'm talking about, you know, my course and all that stuff, but I'm still giving them a lot of value. Like they're still getting a lot of great tips for, you know, getting leads on Instagram. The thing is that if you want people to exchange information with you, you have to give them something in return. So, you know, I see a lot of capture pages that say, you know, something about, you know, learn how to become financially free or something like that. And sure, that's okay, but there's not a lot of substance to that. That's very, people are, first of all, very immune to it, okay, because it's been happening for decades now. But second of all, there's not really anything like, you know, why would somebody want to become financially free? What's the reason, right? Or, you know, learn about a home-based business opportunity that will, you know, whatever, get in now, you know, all the crazy stuff that you see out there. That's not going to be very good. You know, that's not something that's so, that's making your prospect like drool at the mouth, like they want it so bad. It really has to be something of substance, something that they really, really want. And that's why, like on Instagram, I share my free Instagram training, because people on Instagram, they want to learn how to generate leads, right? Well, they're on Instagram, so of course they want to learn how to generate leads on Instagram. So when I'm showing them how to generate leads and I'm showing them how to get free followers and I'm showing them how to do all these things, of course they're like, ooh, I want that. Now they're salivating at the mouth and they're like, I need that for my business, and they opt in. And that's how I get them to exchange information. And now I've got them on a list with their email, with their phone number, and their name. And obviously now I've got a lead that I can actually call. So it's pretty awesome what can happen once you have that free offer in place. And of course that free offer should lead them somewhere, so some type of, you know, offer, money type of offer that they can buy something, you know. So it could be like for my example, you know, we have a $5 offer that they can get access to the very first module in my course for $5, okay? So that leads them somewhere, some type of money offer, right? And not everybody takes that offer. I would say, you know, 90% of people do not take that offer, but there's people that do take that offer. And then I'm still, you know, obviously I'm making money off the people that still are not joining my business, right? And I'm funding my business that way too. So that's another idea for you guys for your social media. Make sure you have some type of free offer. And that works the same Twitter, Facebook. I have mine on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them. So let's see here. What is Christopher Kemp saying? He's been chatting in here a lot. Oh, okay, Hustler. I've got 4 more days of Facebook jail for posting in groups too fast. Got slapped with a 2-week ban for posting or commenting in groups. Hit 90 groups in under 5 minutes. Oh yeah, that would do it. Yeah, exactly. All right, awesome. Yeah, the $5 offer is awesome. And the cool thing about MLSP is you get all of those things. You get all those lead capture pages. In fact, I'll really quick flip over to my screen share for those of you that are not already in MLSP. I know there's a lot of people that are already in MLSP that are on here, but for those of you that are not, you might not know that, you know, you can get all this stuff. Let's see if my computer is working. It's running slow. Maybe the site's down.
Yeah, I use that offer on my Instagram too, and we get a couple of those a week, people that sign up in MLSP through that link. So it's a really good, valuable thing to share with people.
Yep, that one works very well for me. I usually I use it everywhere, actually. I use it even, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, I even use it on my fan page. So I have it here, This is the free offer that I provide, and this is available. This is an MLSP system campaign. For some reason, though, I'm not pulling up links right now. I don't know if it's are you able to pull it up?
I can check. I was actually having a problem with it earlier too.
I was just trying to go to MLSP too. I don't know. But anyways, this is, I don't know if it's my computer or what, acting funny. But for some reason, it's not pulling up. So, but yeah, this is one of the free offers that you get. You get a free Instagram training that you can give away. You get free Facebook training you can give away. You get YouTube trainings, all kinds of stuff. And then, obviously, this is some of the value that I provide as well. I share, quotes, tips even, never let other people's opinions discourage you because their opinions don't ever pay your bills. That's a good tip. Here's a quote: leadership is about action, not position. Here's a blog post that one is actually, I'm promoting it right now through Facebook. I have it boosted. So get a kind of idea here. So here's another one that I post. And this is pretty much what I do. I mean, I just share things that people actually want, that people that actually will follow, right, and engage with me. So that's what you want to do too. I'm telling you, it works. You will start attracting people into your business. There's no way around it. Oh man. Okay, so can I make a suggestion? And this is what I've done. If you're gonna do Facebook group posting and stuff like that, you can use your main account, but use it very moderately, But if you want to go, kind of hog wild with it with Facebook group marketing, you can set up another account that's kind of like your dummy account that you can use so that that way you're not in Facebook jail. I mean, that sucks. I don't like being in Facebook jail. I've been in Facebook jail lots of times. I'm one of those marketers that likes to push things to the metal. I like to push the pedal to the metal and really, really, really test things out. It's part of my blue personality. I'm sure Matt's like that too. It's like when we get a taste of something, we're like, do more, do more, do more.
Yeah. Push it to the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Until they tell you no more.
Right.
And so, what I would seriously do is, and I have many Facebook accounts that I use. I set up a different account and then I join all my groups in that account, and then my hair's a mess. Take it down. And then I'll promote whatever I want in those other groups that I'm in. So that's kind of how I do it, and that's what I would do too. If you're having a hard time with group promotion, I would set up an account that's just for that, and then do that. I know I've said that before, but I think that's
right. With Facebook, I've had, you join the groups and everything, but the best way that I found, and it works like crazy because you get 4 or 5 leads each time, but really look for a conversation. I found a conversation last week on Facebook, and it was just something real simple. And here's the post that said, "Hi, everyone. I'm looking for recommendations on an online digital marketing course for entrepreneurs. Anything you suggest or have personally experienced?" And so I just said, "Hey," and I mentioned them by name. I said, "I've had great success with the system I use, but it's not a course. It's a system of tools and a community of marketers to help along the way. If you're interested, send me a message and I'll send you over the link." I didn't even put my link on there, but seriously, I had like 10 people reach out to me from that post alone, and then I probably got around 4 or 5 leads from it too. So it was good, and I think that's a more effective way to post in groups than just hitting them with your stuff too. So
yeah, definitely. I think people. I just see so many people come in to the industry and they don't invest in themselves, and they don't learn how to grow their business the right way. So what they do is they just do the easy things. They try to take shortcuts, and they just try to throw their links all over. So they kind of just do the minimal instead of actually really investing themselves into what they're doing so that they can really become successful. And that's how the successful people do it. That's what they do. The successful people just understand that they need to learn and then implement, that they need to learn from other people that are having success, right? And whatever they have to do, they got to buy a course, they got to, partner with somebody, get a mentor, hire a coach, however it is that they do it, but they understand this one thing. that they're not going to be successful until they invest in themselves, until they become better. It starts with them. Like, your business isn't going to get better until you become better. And so that's something that I wish I had done more of that in the beginning, and I didn't. I held back a lot because I was very, I was broke. You know, I did what broke people do. They hold back. Okay. They hold on to their money. You know, they don't have a problem spending it out, you know, to eat with the family, but they hang on to their money when it comes to bettering themselves. You know, it's beyond me. I mean, now I think back and I'm like, what was wrong with me? You know, but now, knowing what I know now, you know, finally, when I let go of that, and I started thinking in an abundance mentality and realizing that in order for me to really get better, I needed to learn how to be better. And I started investing in myself. I joined MLSP, and this is literally what my thinking was like. Okay, first of all, I dropped out of high school twice, and I never went to college, okay? I literally probably have about a 9th grade high school education. That was as far as I went, okay? So for me, what I did when I joined MLSP is I treated it like college, like school, like the education that I never had. And I thought it was actually really cheap. I was paying, like, at the time it was only $50 a month. And I'm like, wow, I can get a really good education here for $50 a month. Amen. And so that's what I did. I treated it like education. I started learning and following the videos. I started learning and following the other leaders. And then, of course, you know, having a mentor and all that, things that will really help me. I started really investing in myself. You know, I started waking up to the realization that I didn't know very much. And that in order for me to learn and become very successful, I needed to learn. I needed to, you know, learn as much as I possibly could, and then obviously start implementing it. So don't let yourself get in learning mode either and just get stuck there. Make sure that you are implementing what you learn. I see people do that a lot, and it's mostly because the reason why they do it is because it's comfortable. You know, they're kind of comfortable in that learning place. You know, we can learn and we can absorb as much information. That's kind of comfortable if you think about it, right? You're not having to really push yourself, but when you actually comes time to actually doing the action, that's a little scary for people. And believe me, that's stepping out of the comfort zone a lot. Getting up in front of the video camera the very first time for me was like torture, like literally torture. I thought all the worst things possibly that people could think about me when they saw me in the video camera. And I just let that like stand in my way for about a few hours, right? Where I'm just sitting there like trying to talk myself into doing this actual video. And that was scary, but once I did it, it was over. And guess what? I was like, wow, that wasn't so bad. You know, then I did go back and watch it and was like, wow, I did sound like an idiot. Then my mentor, Jeffrey, who's also my fiance, said, you know what, April, don't worry about that one. Just do better next time. Put it out there. Let it get out there. You're not going to have a perfect video the first time. Do it better next time. So every time I did a video, I just kept getting better and better and better and better and better. So one thing that you're going to have to deal with is that you have to be bad before you're good. You know, nobody starts out like starstruck, you know, and perfect. You know, even the best, you know, entertainers in the world, they didn't start out as the best entertainers in the world. They started out as bad. Okay. So really important that you understand that, and that you just keep getting better each time that you do it. Keep moving forward, keep getting better in your business, keep getting better at doing things the activities that you do. I see people, like, a lot of the time, I love watching people just go from not so hot to really awesome, because, you know, you can see people's growth over time. Even like my own, even when I started with Instagram, my images were very mediocre, you know. Now when people look at them, they're like, whoa, how'd you do that? You know, and they're not hard to do or anything like that, but I've gotten really good at creating images. I've gotten really good at, you know, cranking out blog posts. I've gotten really good at doing videos. Why? Because I've done a lot. I mean, I've put thousands of pieces of content out on the internet now. Thousands. I mean, I've got, like, I don't know. I've actually deleted some of my blog posts from my earlier times, but I've probably put out over 500 blog posts, well over 500 videos. I've lost track, probably 1,000 videos now, you know, so it just adds up. right? Because you're just consistent over the years, and eventually it's just all going to add up. But guess what? Every time you do one, you just get better. You just get better and better and better. And that's what you have to look forward to. So just know that at first you're going to suck. It's going to be bad. But eventually you're going to be really, really good once you really get going with it. And, I hate to say this, but we can, all the posting and all that stuff that everybody does on social media, it's great and everything, especially if you're leading with value. But if you're not adding the human component of video, especially, nothing moves faster than video. There is nothing that moves faster than video. If you really want to move people and actually have them opt in and become a lead and become a business partner, the fastest way to do that is to put videos out there. I'm telling you, video is the hottest thing that you could possibly do. Live stream, video, whatever you want to do. But those are really, really great ways to get leads. It just is. And guess what? Once you have it out there on the internet, imagine my business, what it's like having thousands of pieces of content out there working for me 24/7, turning in the leads, turning in the sales, turning in the, sign-ups in my business. That's what happens. That's why people call me on the phone and they're like, hey, April, I saw your video. Really would like to know what you're up to and what you're working on. Could you send me some information about your business so I can join? I mean, that's the type of calls that I get. So seriously, you have to get over that fear, if it's a fear of yours, and start doing video. I think video is the best way to actually get things out there. And I like to share tips. I like to share motivational mindset stuff. Those are the types of things that people really enjoy and they can really get a lot of benefit from. So I share things like that. But put yourself in your prospect's shoes. Put yourself in the people, your target audience's shoes. What would you like to hear? What are things that you would like, to learn from? Today I gave you guys a lot of social media tips, a lot of different ways to, or tips things that you should be doing in your business to get leads and stuff like that. Take one of those tips, go do a video about it. That's the easiest thing you can do. Go rewatch this if you're in our group, if you're in our Freedom Posse coaching. Definitely go rewatch this and, take some of the tips that you learned and go do a video or create a blog post about it. Really, really simple stuff. But that's all there really is to it. You learn something and then go share it. Learn something, go share it. Learn something, go share it. And guess what? You'll be very, 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 you will be so successful eventually, right? Because you're learning all the time. And then, of course, by sharing it, you're going to become even more successful because people are like, wow, that person's awesome. I want to join them because they're sharing and, helping me. That's the thing too, is like if you're helping other people, who do you think people are going to want to join? The person that's trying to shove a product down their throat or a company? Or are they going to want to join the person that's actually helping them? I don't know how many times I'll find like a video or something that gives a solution. Like I'll Google, a problem that I'm having or whatever, right? And I'll Google what is this or what is that? And I come up with a video and I'm like, oh, that's a really great video. And I'm watching it and it's teaching me exactly what I need to know. And then they're like, oh, and if you need this part, blah, 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 and you can go check out the part and buy it from them. Of course I'm going to want to buy it from them, So yes, definitely. Invest, learn, teach. That's what it stands for. And it does definitely work. So, all right, guys. Well, if there's no more questions, I am going to call it a night. And we will see you guys actually next. For those of you that are in the MLSP Freedom Posse, we'll see you guys next week. And, of course, make sure you get back to the person that invited you here if you want more information about how to work with our team and how to get more leads. We have a coaching program that we offer. If you have any questions and want to be involved in that, you can definitely reach out to the person that got you here. And we'll see you guys around. And for those of you that are on our Freedom Posse Mastermind group, our Mastery team only, we'll see you next Monday. All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. You rock.
You rock.
You rock.